Are you tired of getting up in the morning feeling so exhausted? And you wonder, why am I feeling like that? Or maybe you just don't fall asleep. Often and most of the time, unless you have health crisis or health issue, is that your soul and your spirit is seeking, is searching. Tonight, we're going to give you a taste to be in the womb of the Divine Mother. And we're going to talk first in this video satsang for 10 to 12 minutes to go deep dive into about one of the most fascinating subject in the yogic tradition, and is that secret antenna, the pineal gland. Pineal gland is, we yogi and in the Siddharnath lineage, my lineage, we are deeply fascinated, and there's a lot of research going on also on that. So we're going to start with that first, beloved, because that yogic wisdom will empower you to a new level. And tonight, it's going to be a divine transmission, a pineal gland activation, and a nidra, powerful nidra yoga transmission. So you can fall in a deep, deep state, lucid state of sleep, and you can start having vivid dream and remember, or even astral traveling also. And so, are you ready, beloved? Let's get started. And I love talking about this subject because it is one of the most important subjects on the spiritual path, because this is where we're crossing here in this video satsang, and powerful guided meditation for deep lucid sleep is crossing the bridge between sleep and activation and spiritual experience and maybe mystical experiences. And so after about 10-12 minutes, then you can just completely relax in Shavasana and just surrender completely to my voice and to this beautiful spiritual intense process. And you can turn off the light, make sure you have your earplugs, and you're just going to poof. We're going to give you a taste of that eternal, divine, cosmic, divine light, higher consciousness. I call it the universal light of the divine. You could say the Divine Mother. So the pineal gland, what we call sometimes the sacred antenna, we can almost say it's the inner eye, because it's the bridge between the Ajna, the third eye, and the Saraswara, the 1000 lotus petal chakra in the subtle body. So it connects both. And what is the pineal gland? Often we call it the master gland, and maybe in, not just in the yogic tradition, but generally speaking, it is a master gland. Master gland of the endocrine system, and probably a lot of you are not aware of that. The pineal gland controls many of the other glands in the adrenal system, such as the adrenals and the pituitary gland, and even the thyroid gland. The thyroid and adrenal are very much related to sleep. And often if you think that you have burned your adrenal, it could just be that the pineal gland is calcified. Did you know that the pineal gland can really get calcified? So in this process, we're going to help decalcify your pineal gland. Calcified meaning it start acquiring certain crystal, I think, of calcium, and it impeded the good functioning of the entire adrenal not adrenal, endocrine system. And also from the endocrine system, there is the pancreas, which regulate the blood, insulin, and the digestion. So this is very deeply connected to how it affects our entire well-being and how deep we sleep. So that's why, and it's been said throughout study, as we're getting older, the pineal gland become calcified because of just of age. But many of you, maybe you know, and maybe you don't know, but here are a few things you can do to help it clean as you're aging. If you're using any toothpaste with fluoride, fluoride is very detrimental for the calcification of the pineal gland. That's number one, especially water. If there's fluoride in the water, drink some very spring water or alkaline water, especially maybe distilled alkaline water. Be very aware of those two things because it will really affect your pineal gland. And if your pineal gland is very, very calcified, the rest of your endocrine system is not going to work well. So that's number one. And number two, iodine. Iodine is an incredibly important aspect. I have been taking it for decades since I was recovering from very advanced breast cancer. Some of you know my story. I take it every night and I worked out the dosage. The iodine, and make sure you use very high quality. The benefit of iodine is tremendous. The one I love is Illuminate by Dr. Gabriel Cassan. He was way back then my holistic doctor, and I've been taking it for decades. So those are a few little insights from Devi Ma. I'm not a doctor, that's my disclaimer, but I'm sharing my wisdom and my life experience and from what I know from my entourage. So the pineal gland, when you tap into this activation it's where it's been said in the yogic tradition that it secretes a substance called Amrita. Amrita, I love Amrita. Amrita from Sanskrit means nectar of life. You can call it the immortal nectar. Immortal nectar because you will hear that the benefits of when you pineal gland, actually it's more than that. I want to mention a very important aspect. It's related to your bindu. Bindu is in the yogic tradition is a small little dot right around your saraswara, a little bit behind the back of your head, literally lateral to your pineal gland, and they are related. And so the bindu and the pineal gland together, it's a mystery how it functions, but we just see that, we know that when it drips, the Amrita is the divine nectar of the gods, you can say. And by the way, talking about that, this upcoming lucid sleep meditation we're going to do, it's going to be with this amazing frequency of the God that we call it the 963 Hertz frequency. And so there will be a deep connection to the source through the divine transmission and through the Nidra Yoga. And so going back to the benefit of the pineal gland but actually of the Amrita when it's been secreted, and I will get to the point where how you can secrete it too on a constant base so it become a natural thing within your system. But first thing is the bindu we were talking and the pineal gland. So the Amrita comes and drip in the back of your throat, and it brings about 4 major benefits. And one of them is, actually the first one, it brings tremendous strength in physicality, which help to give longevity. So you have a healthy, long life, healthy and strong. And then it enhances your perception. You start having more clarity, seeing things as they are. And this is enlightenment, you know, it's like pushing the boundaries of ignorance. And then the most beautiful, which I love the most, and I experience it to different degrees, because again, depending how much Amrita has been trickled down into the back of your throat, how blissful and ecstatic you are. I was at a point where I couldn't even walk. I was like a doll, you know, with no legs, completely ecstatic and in such a deep samadhi where you can't function. Or you could just be in an incredible state of quiet, equanimity and intoxicated bliss, and yet you can still function. And so it's been said Amrita gives you a greater pleasure than sexuality. I will tell you from my own experience, yes, is that a lot of study have been done and many research are being conducted with the pineal gland and with the brain. And it's been said we have millions of cannabinoid receptor in our brain. Can you imagine? We have a whole manufacture of biochemistry where we can generate our own intoxication. You don't have to take anything from outside. It's right here within ourselves. That's why we say in the yogic tradition, Sat Chit Ananda, that is our true nature, omnipotent, omnipresent, unchanging, permanent bliss, absolute truth. It's our true nature, and I can tell you, not from an object, external object, but from our own manufacture of biochemistry of millions of cannabinoid receptor. Isn't that phenomenal? Have you heard of that? Write it down in the comment section, beloved, because this was kept through the tradition for thousands and thousands of years in the esoteric yogic spiritual tradition. And today it's becoming not a secret anymore that all human beings can awaken to their true divine presence, to their Sat Chit Ananda. And so those are the 4 benefits. So now, how do you activate the pineal gland beside what we're about to do? To do it on a constant basis, because we see the yogi, that's what we want to. So there is complete realization, oneness with the higher consciousness, with the divine universal light. And so intense meditation, you will notice the more you intense, the more it will activate your pineal gland. And of course, the right nutrition, keeping your body slightly alkaline, eating a diet full of life force energy, of prana, vegan, and if you can, at least vegetarian and organic, and then pranayama, breath work. And then the most important is the kriya yoga, to work with the life force energy. Here at Devi's Grace, we do the Siddha Satchitrayananda, which is so empowering and activate your pineal gland and your bindu. So those are the way to activate it through constant sadhana, daily sadhana. And you will notice all of those things, beloved, it will decalcify your pineal gland, and all those benefits will start showing up without, little by little, and realizing, wow, you will notice a big difference. So what about getting started? I think it's time now. Are you ready? But before we, just for 1 minute, if you love this video, satsang, and you find it valuable, click on the like button and share it with your family and your friends, and come back to it. Each time you have a hard time, you wake up in the middle of the night or you cannot fall asleep, you can skip the beginning if you have heard it, unless you want to hear it again, and just go, because we're going to do a full hour with the divine transmission. And it would be wonderful for you to write your comment. Come back, write comments, ask your question. How was this for you? What was your experience? Did you have astral traveling? Did you have a lucid dream? How did you feel when you wake up the following day? Did you feel rested? Okay, promise. So you make sure you come back. And so you need to turn off the light now and bring a blanket. Make sure you're comfortable. Put something to give support for your neck, something underneath your pillow, a pillow underneath your knee if you have a back problem, a pillow also like maybe on your eyes, you know, those little yoga pillow, especially put your earplugs. And then in the first 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, or 10 minutes, but throughout, very gently, there will be the guided Nidra meditation, really powerful. And transmission will happen throughout the entire 1 hour. Can you imagine? And so, are you ready? And by the way, if you want to go deeper, if some of you are new, or even if you're not new, we have an incredible playlist also on meditation, phenomenal. So if you fall asleep for the night, no worry. Next time when you come back, or maybe later, come back and check out, spend time in our playlist for meditation. Really powerful, many of them with different frequency and with different technique, and also with different frequency. And if you want to go even deeper, we just launched this phenomenal, beautiful mini spiritual retreat. And it's complimentary. It's a gift from my heart, my soul, and my spirit to you. So you click in the comment section or the description. You can sign up. It's a gift. It's complimentary. Awaken to your divine presence. So, are you ready? There are two major important things that I omitted to mention, but they're crucial. One of the major obstacles that obstruct the great functioning of your pineal gland is the body. That identification with the body, beside the floral, beside the lack of iodine we talked about, maybe the lack of sadhana, but if you identified a lot with your body temple, that will be a big obstacle. So this powerful Nidra Yoga meditation will help not only activate it, but stabilize your system, because there will be a deep awakening to it. And so first, let's bring some stability into your system. And if you're not in sadhana, in spiritual practices, that's why I encourage you to come and sign up complimentary on the Awaken to Your Divine Presence. And if you're more advanced, check out the other retreat, because they will speak to your soul and your system and to your spirit, beloved. And one last thing, when I mention about the pineal gland, biologically, physiologically, some of you are aware of that, it activates the melatonin, which is a natural hormone that helps you put you to sleep when it's dark. But the one new thing that researchers are doing and looking deep into it is a secretion that is called DMT. DMT It stands, I believe, is for dimethyltryptamine. Dimethyltryptamine, DMT. And it's supposed to be responsible for all the mystical experiences that happen through the journey of awakening. I can tell you, when you start feeling one drop of Amrita, it's pure divine love. You'll be intoxicated for days. And so my wish and my blessing for you is exactly that. So, are you ready now? You got your pillow, you got your earplug, you turn off the light, and let's go on to be completely in complete surrender in the womb of the Divine Mother with the frequency of 963 Earths and with the voice of Devi Mayi Ma and this divine transmission from all the Ascended Master. Take a deep, deep breath and tide everything. You make a feast with your hands and take a deep, deep, deep breath. And tense all muscle in your body temple. Everything right now. Ooh, like your life depends on it. You tied your knee. And then let go completely. Let go of all that tension, all the stress, the anxiety, and the negative energy. And take another second deep breath. Make a feast. And tight everything, every muscle, the back, your neck, your jaw, your knees, your legs. And then completely let go. And then the third one. Make a feast, tight. And completely let go. And lose yourself in the deep sound of this frequency 963. You are on a magnificent pink-white sandy beach. See yourself walking barefoot. It's at sunset. Feel the hot, warm breeze flying, caressing your cheek and your hair. As you're walking gently, you're strolling along on this beautiful beach and you're alone, barefoot, and you're caressing Mother Earth. And you're feeling really, really light. So light. And you're so relaxed and peaceful. And you're feeling as this ocean is mystical and mysterious, emanating this divine love, this healing energy. And as you're walking slowly, feel this gentle wave of water, pure crystal light water, caressing your feet. As the warm breeze is caressing your entire body temple and it's going through your soul and your spirit and your body temple, you're feeling this divine light. And you have this overwhelming feeling you want to lay down right there on that sandy beach, right by the water, where the water touch at the shore, right at the shore. Lay down. Gently lay down. And the water is so warm, almost hot, but so relaxing, so restorative and healing. And you alone. And the sun is almost gone. The sky is violet, yellow, orange, red. And you're just soaking there gently. And as the wave is, gentle wave is caressing your body temple, you are falling deeper and deeper into this healing divine transmission. And the wave is pulling you into the ocean slowly and slowly. And you begin to float just above the surface. And as you're floating, you're melting in the water. Everything is dissolving. And the sun is gone as a cool moon, the biggest cool moon, magnificent, mysterious moon is coming up. And it's reflecting on this divine ocean of love. Yet you're alone, but you feel like one with the entire universe. You feel the Ascended Master there with you, protecting you. As you're dissolving this body temple, one by one, make sure your hands are turned upward into the yoga mudra of receptivity. As you're floating into this vast, eternal, higher consciousness of divine love. And as you're listening to the frequency of the gods, every particle of your being is dissolving like salt into the water. See your ankle, your knee, your thigh, your feet melting, dissolving. Your butt, your hips, your reproductive organs, your intestine, your liver, your kidneys, your spleen, your pancreas, your lungs, your lymph system, your circulatory system, your breasts, your heart, your fingers, your hands, your elbows, all your arms are dissolved. And your shoulder, your neck, your jaw, your teeth, your tongue, your cheek, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your adrenal glands, all your glands, your thyroid glands, your brain, your ears, your hair. Everything about you physically is dissolved in this vast womb, cosmic womb of the Divine Mother. And you're gently falling deep into this lucid conscious dream as you see your Ajna chakra, your third eye. Bring your awareness to your third eye, beloved, and see the blue pearl. The blue pearl, what Devi Mayi Ma called the blue flame of awareness, which is the universal divine consciousness of God, of our Creator. It's a cosmopack of everything, of all existence. All ascended Master. See it, bright white blue star shining. Visualize it. And let that divine light absorb your entire soul and spirit as you're deeply going deeper and deeper and deeper into this higher consciousness. Like a baby, a newborn infant, you're floating into the cosmic womb of the Divine Mother, feeling your entire spirit and soul percolating with this primal divine energy of the divine feminine energy, what we call Shakti. Tingling, awakening, effervescent, nourishing and healing. Everything about you being your causal body, your subtle body that has the causal body, the etheric body, your astral body, see now that blue pearl turning into a blue flame, consuming your entire subtle body. As you're going deeper and deeper, falling deeper and deeper into the cosmic womb of the Divine Mother. And as the blue flame consumes everything about your entire spirit and soul and being, activating your Saraswati chakra, in this moment, see the blue flame going up towards your 1000 lotus chakra. And now see it activated with a violet light, the light of divine alchemy, and see your Saraswara spinning, starting to spin. And as it spins, beloved, it emanates filament of violet light all over into the universe. As you becoming one in this divine universal light consciousness. Those two are merging and you are feeling one. Bathing is this infinite divine ocean of love and bliss and ecstasy. And as you're going deeper into this lucid higher consciousness, falling deeper and deeper into the cosmic womb of the Divine Mother, feeling deeply rested. And now you're completely asleep, falling deeper and deeper into this divine healing love energy. When you wake up tomorrow morning, beloved, you will feel so restored and so rejuvenated with a new consciousness, a new awareness, feeling deeply loved and protected. I'm always with you. You're floating and floating deep, deeper and deeper. Flying to beyond this universe. And this deep sleep that is so healing and rejuvenating. Feeling divine love caressing your soul and your spirit. Sleep, my child. Sleep, deep sleep, into the cosmic womb of the Divine Mother, healing every particle of your being. Of your soul and your spirit. Engulf into this blanket of divine grace and love. Feel my love. Feel the divine light and grace.